What's good? It's your boy, Mixtape Moth, and today I'm going to hit y'all with a review of the new Conway from King to a God Deluxe Edition. Let's get to it. So I'm only going to talk about the 5 bonus tracks today, as I've already reviewed from King to a God on this channel back when it dropped in September. If you didn't peep that, I'll put a link in the description box below for you to click on. But I will give you this much information, and that's that I gave From King to a God 4.5 mics. I don't want to spoil anything from my end of the year review list, but this album ranks very high on my list. But anyway, let me get into these 5 new bonus songs, and I'll say right off the bat that any of these songs, in my opinion, are good enough to have been on the original album. They're that dope. So track 1, Raw Oysters, produced by Derringer, is a real menacing banger. The drums are brutal and the synths are spooky. It feels like graveyard music, you know, some shit to be played at nighttime. On this joint, Conway is putting a lot of folks on notice. The rappers for stealing his style, and the bloggers for failing to give Griselda their props for restoring that feeling in hip-hop. Machine, you made me want to rap again, your favorite rapper say. Snatch a page from my book, get all the praise and all the accolades. Before that, they auto-tuned stuck in that lean and snapping days. Now they who brought it back, what all the blogs and podcasts will say. And I hear these rappers talking like they dropping classic shit. They songs might be hot, but that shit cap, so it's an asterisk. So, you know, Conway is in his bag, talking his shit, feeling some type of way, and checking these cornballs. Track 2, Amina's Van, produced by Hitmaker and Cardiac, has a beat that reminds me of something from Jay's The Blueprint. I really like Conway on this particular type of soul sample production. On this record, he's reflecting on his come up back when he didn't have $1 in his pockets and when he would take Amina's van to go sell his music. It paints a picture of the trials and tribulations that he had to go through just to get here. So this is a pretty inspirational record about making something from nothing. A few bars that stood out were swerving the coupe, playing burden of proof, transparent in my music cause you deserving the truth. I just hope I left you inspired when my verses is through. Track 3 is the Rock Marciano produced Crack in the 90s. First off, what a dope title. The raw and lo-fi beat from Rock Marcy just personifies that grimy 90s flavor. It's that screw face music that might cause someone to catch a body in a lobby. The faint gun check sound effect even reminds me of AZ's uncut raw song from his debut album Do or Die. I really like how Conway always shows love to the hip-hop OGs. I'm in the booth, I'm living proof, like I'm Group Home Dap. That of course, is a nod to Lil Dap of Group Home. We all know their classic album from 1995, Living Proof, produced by DJ Premier. We are getting a verse from Jae Skeese, who I don't recall hearing before this, but I thought he had a dope verse. He also appears on the last song. The thing I noticed about Jae Skeese is that he was giving us some bigger words, kind of giving off the impression that he is both book smart and street smart. But the feature who I was most impressed with on here was a female MC named 7XV the Genius. I'm not sure if I pronounced her name right, so my apologies if I got it wrong. If I should die from holding a key, my soldiers will keep. Swear I ain't never told him a peep. I profit and sleep. Me, you know the smell when the stove on. He positively atom like a proton. That's stiff with the batter like a crowbar. Thought her wordplay was crazy here. Positively atom like a proton, that's stiff with the batter. You know, batter is in cooking up. What follows is the Ninth Wonder produced Serena vs. Venus. Now, I believe this is the first time that Ninth has worked with Griselda, and the end result was dope. Ninth provided Conway with a very polished instrumental that had a fire piano melody. I was getting some 50 vibes from the harmonizing and the overall concept of the track. I think this has the potential to be a single. I could envision some ladies, you know, gravitating towards this particular record. I could also picture a really fly video being filmed for this in the snow. It's just giving me that type of feeling. Now, we have heard Conway use trap flows before and occasionally give us some semblance of harmonizing, but he is actually straight up singing on the hook. And you know what? I'm not mad at it one bit. I think it sounds great. I'm not someone who is critical of Conway for going into this particular bag. But if you thought that was too commercial, have no fears, because Conway closes out the project in a gutter fashion with Stephon Diggs. Derringer laces Conway with an eerie woodwind beat. It's very suspenseful and kind of takes me back to the earlier Derringer sound. Look at my young boy 20, he doing 70. They said he killed 3 people allegedly. In New York State, you can't get caught up with your weaponry. They give you 3.5, even if it's your first felony. So that made me think of the Prodigy situation years ago in which he got jammed up for having a hammer. Jae Skeese closes out the track with a couple of hard lines covered in gold. I'm for the chains like Confederates. It's like the more bands that's ran, the more heavy the pressure gets. If I school them, these bars is prerequisites. I paint a natural picture. I'm an impressionist. Again, he was incorporating some knowledge into this street content. Overall, I thought this was a fire deluxe edition. Now, obviously, it was a lot shorter than most deluxe projects this year, which was probably a good thing considering the majority of deluxe albums weren't really hitting. Many of them had filler songs, and it just made you wish that the artist would have left it alone in the first place. But Conway stuck to the less is more model here, and it definitely worked in his favor because I think each of these songs would have been suitable on the original, From King to a God. Again, Conway does not disappoint, and I was really pleased with these 5 bonus songs. Let me know what you thought about this deluxe edition in the comment section below. What should I check out next? It's your boy Mixtape Moth. I'm signing out, but be sure to hit that like button and please subscribe. As always, it's peace and blessings. Conway the Machine, From King to a God, Deluxe Edition 1.